Hello everyone, I am Burger, and I'm here with Chapter 928 review of One Piece. Now, a lot of stuff happens this chapter, got a lot of really interesting exposition that I have lots of comments on. And I've come to some conclusions about these exposition. And I think some of this was purposely misleading. So first of all, Luffy and Kid are experiencing the aftermath of their ruckus that they started. And we also got some information about how the sea stone cuffs are actually meant to be weaker so that the prisoners can actually work. Which explains a lot. I was ready to start saying, can Luffy swim at this point? But if they're meant to be weaker, then that makes a lot of sense. And Grandpa Hyo is very thankful, and Luffy said, don't worry about it, but here's a bunch of coupons for food. So he got all those food coupons. And then out of nowhere, Raizo appears. The really gigantic, ugly, distinguishable, beautiful ninja Raizo. He just appears out of nowhere. Like, I was wondering how he could possibly be stealthy with an appearance like that. But it seems he's figured it out. And he's telling Luffy that actually the key is actually inside of a sea stone box that is being guarded. So it's time for Raizo's ninja skills to really shine to see if he can ever get him out. All the time I feel like in prison type settings, the keys are just way too easy to get. Like, and in Impel Down, for example, those keys were really easy to get. I feel. But this case, this makes a bit more sense. That the key is very well guarded. So, Mud Guy, wet-haired Karibo is trying to kiss up to Luffy because he doesn't want to kiss up to Kid. And Luffy's just having none of that, just go away and leave. And he says that there was a rumor about Kid, and Karibo says this, and the rumor is that he challenged Big Mom and lost his arm, and then tucked his tail away and ran, and that's why he doesn't want to join Kid. Now, what Kid then says in response to Karibo's rumor is actually incredibly interesting. Regarding that story about aiming for Big Mom's head, a sweet commander of hers injured one of my men, so I just went there to repay the favor. I lost this arm before that during a battle with the red-haired pirates. That's very interesting. So, with one arm, he seemingly completed his goal of beating up or killing one of Big Mom's sweet commanders after losing one arm. And it's interesting that a guy with red hair and one arm cut off the arm of another guy with red hair. I think it's suspicious. I think this is evidence that Shanks from the Red Hair Pirates is jealous of people who have red hair and two arms. So clearly he's the one who cut off his arm. And whenever he sees a red-haired person with two arms, he cuts them off. I'm a little worried about Nami. Or is she considered an orange head instead of a red head? And Luffy and Kid are arguing with each other, saying, I will take down Kaido all by myself, and you won't get any, Kaido. And I think this is just foreshadowing the fact of the exact opposite, that they will in fact work together. Which I think a bunch of supernovas working together to take down Kaido would be pretty cool. That's just what I think would be cool. I'm not actually sure if that's going to happen, but I feel like it has been foreshadowed. And then we get back to Komurasaki, who a bunch of people want to murder for some reason. So this lady's got nothing on Tsukuyo. Got nothing on Tsukuyo for best prostitute. best prostitute is definitely Tsukuyo. She's got nothing on her. But in any case, I feel like the information we're then given is supposed to be intentionally misleading, and what that information is these people want to kill Komurasaki, the courtesan, number one courtesan, because they gave her all of their money and she did nothing in return for them. She told them that she loved them and that she just wants to be freed, and if you give me enough money to be freed, I will, we can be together. Now, as soon as she was talking to him, I figured that this was the case, but he keeps coming to her telling her that he's acquired more money in different ways. I sold my warehouse, but then he says, I sold my family. This guy's mad evil. So it was then revealed that she purposely took all of his money. And, but he sold his family to get that money. So I think that it's supposed to mean that this guy is mad evil, and she was just trying to ruin this guy's life because he's mad evil. That's the conclusion I'm coming to, although frankly we haven't seen much of her. Just really haven't seen much of her. What is her intention here? So she purposely took all this guy's money and ruined his life, but he sold his family to get that money. I know I'm just repeating myself over and over, but I think that one piece of information completely flips this story on its head. Instead of hating her and feeling sorry for him, that detail completely flips the script, and we're supposed to feel sorry for her and hate him. And she's just putting on an act as this person to get more money and ruin more evil people's lives. And also, who makes an appearance is boss Kyoshiro. And Kyoshiro is quite interesting. I'm very curious about what he's going to do. I feel like with his initial introduction saying about how much he thinks the Shogun is a coward, might be evidence that he is going to join up with the Straw Hats in some way. Not in like a friend way, but maybe in an ally way. That he's hoping to gain something from getting rid of the Shogun and Kaido. That's what I think about him. But that's just real speculation. And when I tend to speculate on things, I think about what I want to happen. Because what I want to happen would be the most interesting, with the most plot twists and the most deep characters. And I feel like that's a good way to predict things, because a story is meant to be interesting and have deep characters and good plot twists. But that's just my reasoning there. I think I've repeated myself enough about the courtesan Komurasaki, who's got nothing on Tsukuyo. There's just really not a lot of evidence, but then the very next scene, after she says that she despises poor people, is we go to Momo and Tama, who are talking about Momo's sister, and that's just suspicious. Like, why would you show a specific woman who looks like she could be 26, and then talk about someone who's supposed to be 26? That's just interesting way of giving this information. So I think that it's possible that Oda is saying that this is definitely the sister. That Komurasaki is Momo's sister. But that's not for sure. This might just be misleading. That's all I've got to say about this chapter. Really, it was a lot of exposition, but once again, in One Piece, Every time they answer one question, it causes you to ask 5 additional questions. At least. So clearly, this initial flashback is supposed to not have a ton of useful information. We're still too early in the story to have useful information. So I think whatever really is going on here is deeper than on the surface. And that is it. That's going to be for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. Today... Wait, no, I don't say that. I don't say that part. That's going to be for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. If you have anything to say, please let me know. I would love to hear it. And that's going to be it. Bye!